Parisian cozy elegance, understated luxury ideas for cozy small homes. In this video, we'll explore charming living spaces, a petite dining area, a beautifully detailed kitchen, a peaceful bedroom, an elegant bathroom, a practical workspace, and a tiny balcony filled with Parisian character. Throughout the home, vintage furniture, soft neutral tones, classic details, and carefully chosen decor create an atmosphere that feels refined without ever feeling excessive. The entryway can remain wonderfully simple, with soft cream walls, delicate molding, and a narrow vintage console tucked neatly against the wall. An antique mirror above it reflects natural light and makes the tiny space feel more open. A small vintage stool provides a practical place to pause while entering the home. The living room proves that a tiny space can still feel graceful and luxurious. Choose a petite vintage settee with softly curved arms and aged upholstery, paired with a small antique coffee table. Rather than crowding the floor, allow generous breathing room around each piece. A vintage armchair can occupy one corner beside a small side table, creating a quiet reading spot. Even the smallest dining area can become a charming Parisian moment. A round vintage wooden table is ideal for a tiny room because its curved shape allows easier movement around the space. Pair it with 2 or 3 antique-style dining chairs featuring delicate wooden frames and softly worn upholstery. Above the table, a small vintage chandelier adds an understated touch of glamour. cream-colored cabinetry, aged brass hardware, and a small marble-inspired work surface create a quietly luxurious foundation. A compact vintage wooden stool can sit beneath a narrow counter, providing a practical perch without taking up too much floor space. Open shelving can display a few carefully selected ceramic dishes and traditional French glassware. The bedroom becomes a peaceful retreat through softness and proportion. A petite vintage iron or carved wood bed creates an elegant focal point without overwhelming the room. Dress it in layers of ivory linen, lightweight quilts, and a few muted cushions. Instead of large bedside tables, choose narrow antique nightstands with delicate legs. Soft ivory tiles, vintage brass fixtures, and a small antique-style vanity create an atmosphere that feels refined without becoming excessive. A framed vintage mirror can become the room's main decorative feature, reflecting light and adding a sense of depth. Instead of large storage cabinets, use a slim wooden cabinet or a small wall-mounted shelf for essentials. The laundry zone can be beautifully integrated into the home using vintage-inspired storage and warm materials. A narrow wooden cabinet can conceal practical necessities while maintaining the room's elegant appearance. Above it, a small antique frame or vintage botanical print introduces personality. A small workspace can feel remarkably sophisticated when furnished with vintage pieces. Choose a narrow antique writing desk with elegant legs and enough surface area for only the essentials. A petite vintage wooden chair provides comfort while maintaining the room's delicate proportions. Above the desk, hang one classic artwork or an old architectural print to create a sense of inspiration. A vintage upholstered armchair fits beautifully beside a window, where daylight naturally creates a peaceful atmosphere. Pair it with a small antique side table holding a ceramic cup, a classic book, and a delicate table lamp. A soft, vintage-inspired rug can define the corner without taking up much space. The hallway may be narrow, but it can still carry the character of a classic Parisian home. Pale walls with subtle decorative molding create a graceful backdrop for a series of small vintage artworks. A slim antique console can fit neatly along one side, offering just enough space for a tiny vase and a brass decorative object. Instead of bulky storage, use elegant hooks or a narrow vintage coat rack. The balcony becomes a precious outdoor room, even when its dimensions are extremely small. A petite vintage bistro table and two delicate wrought iron chairs create an intimate setting for morning coffee. Choose weathered finishes that feel naturally connected to classic Parisian architecture. A few small potted plants can soften the edges without overcrowding the floor. storage can be elegant when it is thoughtfully scaled. In a tiny Parisian apartment, a narrow vintage armoire can provide valuable hidden storage without visually dominating the room. Look for furniture with graceful proportions, aged wood, and subtle decorative details. Beside it, a petite antique bench can provide seating while maintaining a sense of openness. A second sitting area can be created without adding unnecessary furniture. Perhaps it is simply a petite vintage love seat positioned near a window, accompanied by a small round antique table. The furniture should feel delicate and beautifully worn, with curved silhouettes and natural imperfections that suggest history. A small breakfast corner can bring warmth and practicality together. Imagine a narrow vintage table positioned beneath a bright window, accompanied by two petite wooden chairs. The table might hold a ceramic cup, a linen napkin, and a small vase of fresh flowers. Vintage brass details throughout the kitchen subtly connect the breakfast area to the rest of the home. A window seat can transform an otherwise unused corner into a luxurious retreat. In a tiny bedroom, a narrow vintage bench positioned beneath the window can provide a comfortable place to sit while using almost no floor space. Add a softly upholstered cushion and one or two neutral linen pillows for comfort. Vintage art can dramatically enrich a tiny living room without consuming physical space. Instead of covering every wall, select one meaningful painting with a softly aged frame and position it above a petite vintage sofa. The furniture can feature curved wooden details and neutral upholstery, creating a refined connection between art and furnishings. The smallest bathroom can feel luxurious when its details are chosen with care. Imagine a petite vintage vanity with a marble-inspired top, paired with an antique brass faucet and a delicately framed mirror. Soft wall tones create a calm backdrop, while a small vintage artwork adds a surprising touch of personality. As evening arrives, the tiny balcony can become a wonderfully romantic retreat. The vintage bistro table remains at the center, accompanied by two petite wrought iron chairs. A small lantern-style light creates a warm glow, while a few carefully arranged plants bring softness around the edges. Keep the furniture minimal so the balcony never feels crowded. When every room follows the same philosophy, a tiny Parisian apartment can feel surprisingly expansive. The entryway remains elegant with antique accents, the living room feels warm with vintage seating, and the dining area stays intimate with a small round table. The kitchen combines practicality with aged brass and classic materials, while the bedroom offers softness through vintage furniture and linen fabrics.